Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining Candid Convo with Crystal. I'm Crystal Annette, and I am joined by Philly Chica. Philly, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm
Uh,
Philly.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're gonna have a fun night. We our show last week, after our show, we started talking about this subject, and unfortunately, a couple of the people that had on the flyer can't make it tonight, but I get it, and we're just gonna have a good time tonight. Ida's gonna come in, and First Home is gonna be here very soon, and no, that's okay. Look, listen, Jada had a show on men and hygiene. And
Oh,
so after Philly, after our show last week, I said, "Oh, I gotta invite Jada because and she
yes.
has great stories." But that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna make sure she comes on the next show. And
Yes. I
yeah,
feel better.
we're just gonna have a good time tonight. And we're just gonna talk about it. So
That's right.
but I got Philly here, so let's just have a good time. So yeah, our show last week, the reason why I named it Looks, Lies, and Lessons, because we started talking about kind of the lies some men would tell. A man will say he's an engineer, but
Mm-hmm.
really he's a custodian. Like
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna just start with a question, and Philly, you take it away. So,
Okay.
do we women at our grown age, do we still lust after a man? Now you hear it, lust after a man, lust after men that are not good for us. And if so, why do we still do that? We know we're not 21 no more.
Yeah, we do. I hate to say we do, but I don't know why. It's just like, why do you cheat on your diet? If you know you're supposed to be on a diet and you want to go, why do you cheat on your diet? So it's just like, I think it's that forbiddenness, something that you can't have. It's the can't part of it. Somebody
Mhm.
telling you you can't have something, which makes you now like psychologically say, go for it harder. So maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that is, you know what? Even though he's not emotionally not there for us, all of those things that we just see. You're right, and I actually like that analogy because even because y'all know, some of y'all know I'm on a diet right now, and even though I'm like, you're not supposed to have that ice cream, you know
Mhm.
so I get it. So you just, so you still want to, like, let me just get a scoop, and that's
Mhm.
that scoop, that's that.
It's that
And see, with
scoop,
men, they do that deadly scoop.
that part.
That, that deadly scoop,
Yes,
man.
yes.
Um, so yeah, that deadly. Let's talk about that, because so what is the best lie a guy told you that even though you knew better, you still wanted to entertain him?
Yeah. Okay. It was not just one lie, it was a series of lies. Okay. So back in the day before all this internet or whatever case it be, it's the friend of the friend hookup. Oh, I got a friend, he's a cool guy, da da da. But she forgot to say she ain't talked to him in about 6 years. So things have changed in those 6 years. He was a cool guy when she knew him 6 years ago. So talking to this gentleman, he would call me at certain times. It was always like a three-way call, but I figured maybe he was uncomfortable, maybe he just, wanted to have that buffer there just in case we didn't have a chemistry. He said he stayed at a gated community, you know, 24-hour surveillance, got a doorman, he's making money, makes a lot of money and things of that nature. So when it came up time to meet, is always an issue, like, okay, you're this great guy and everything, what's going on? Come to find out, homie was in jail. He was in federal prison. So the gated community was the
He was a gay.
CO. Yes. Sometimes he had a roommate, sometimes he didn't. So yeah, So, in his defense, what he said was, well, I didn't lie to you. I am in a gated community. So that's jail. Like that's jail. So yeah, I've learned to like really start vetting. After that, really, really vetting, because the friend that hooked us up didn't even know that he was in jail. So it just was yes, yes.
You know what? In the three-way call, okay, but then when he said gated community, I was like, what is
I
happening?
look, I didn't catch that T right there. I was like, okay, good. You got a doorman, so you safe. You know, that hints status, that hints his money. But yeah, he had a status all right. Inmate number 949-333. That was his status. Yes.
Yo.
Yeah. So I've been
Okay.
told
Hey,
a lie.
Ida.
Hey, I made it.
Okay.
Today was the day. I was gonna be great. I had my real camera and everything, and my computer. It was just like trying to do updates, and I was like, "All right, we're on the phone." So
It happens.
Girl, I was just telling Philly, I said, Kia always says, Crystal, you need an assistant. You're so big. And then y'all know. And I said, I think
Mhm.
she's right. I think I might need a little, yeah,
I mean,
need
the
somebody
last
that's
thing you can find an intern. That's what they call it. The people you don't pay.
exactly,
An
exactly.
intern.
Somebody, an intern.
I'm telling you, a kind of paper for them to get their little credit or whatever.
Hey y'all, hey. Thank y'all. So yeah, okay. So I just asked her a question. What is the best lie a guy told you that even though you knew better, you still entertained him? Philly just told us that a guy from jail, he said that he was in a gated community.
Mhm.
It was
And
always
That's
a
true though.
see, that's what he was saying. He like, I didn't lie to you. I never. I'm like, yes, you did. Like,
But I would want to know above all of that, baby, how you got that phone in there?
girl,
He said it was a three-way call. Like,
yes.
You can't call through from jail. I'm sorry.
No,
Did
no,
y'all just
no.
were y'all born yesterday?
So he would call the friend, and the
And
friend would call me.
right, but you can't do that from jail. That's just not how it works.
Yeah, baby, you blow into the phone, honey. That's the hood way. You
You
blow
can't.
into the phone while they do the collect. Trust me, I spent 3 months on the phone with this guy,
The real
so
hood
I
way
heard
is
it.
to take your phone and then put it up to another phone and let the people talk. That's hood.
That's the
wow.
hood way. Yeah, they
So
got.
at what point you
I've
said
never
so it
done that.
took you about 3 months to figure out,
It took
okay,
me about 3 months because it wasn't a consecutive call. You get what I'm saying? You know, I guess when he had money on his books, that's when the calls would come. And the conversations were great. I never heard the CEO say lights out in the background. You know, he was in federal, so I guess he
They say
wasn't.
federal is nice.
Yeah, federal nice. You know, he a little
That's what they
kind of
say.
whatnot. I just wasn't going through the whole strip search to come meet you on our first date, sir. Like that's just not what I'm into. You know, I'm not
Did
trying to
he
do
think that you were gonna fall in love with him and then by
that.
that time you wouldn't be able to like back
right, you
out?
wouldn't care. You
I
wouldn't
heard
care
all
anymore.
of the. I heard the whole. We're gonna get married when you get out. Like mind you, 3 months. This was 2 months in. You know, I'm gonna get married. You know, I got all this money and all that. You can move in with me. How, I don't want to be in federal prison with you, sir. So I'm gonna move in with you. So yeah, no, thank you.
And being
But
that it's federal, I would start to think, how did you get this money? How did that's
exactly.
money in the
So
fair?
exactly. So it just was. You said entertained the lie, and I kind of entertained it to see how far it would go. My spidey senses was up a little bit, you know, but it was like yeah, something either he's married or there's something else there. But then when I found out the whole federal thing, I was like, yeah, lose my number, please.
But
Yes.
they could be like white collar crime, you know.
I don't care. I got my own going on
Yeah.
that I don't need. Not that I'm a criminal. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
need problems.
you
Ida,
know.
how far would you entertain him? If a guy was like in federal prison, you know, he had his own money, like you said, would that be like white collar crime? Would you be okay with that?
Well,
Up
I
to
would need a good faith deposit to hold me down till you got out. You know, so
okay.
let's say you're like, I only have 9 more months left. Okay, well, you know, the sign of a man is not when he has everything, is when he has nothing. So, you know, where the coffee cans buried? Do your mama have your money? Do you have like some money orders inside under a log in your old
Is there a
neighborhood?
hole in the mattress? Like,
Right.
let's discuss
Like
this.
I need to
Offshore
know, you know, I need a good faith deposit. And then we can start, you know, if you say you know, just that's really the only thing you can prove to me. I don't want to see none of them Polaroids with you in front of them old ass cars. I don't want to see nothing with all your chains for your baby mama took them. Don't care. I need a good faith deposit.
Yeah.
You know,
So, okay, I'm going to go back to the previous question then for Ida. Do we as women at our grown age still lust after men that we know are not good for us and why?
I don't know that.
And
Um,
you heard me say lust, not, yeah.
well, I think that you can, okay, so is to me there is a like a dichotomy in the answer. So on the one hand, not good for you can mean a lot of things. But somebody who I would like to say is either like he's not good for you, like you just know, that he's not good for you. He got 2 felonies, and nothing wrong with felons. Felons be driving trucks and making a lot of money. Nothing wrong with that. But maybe he got some stuff going on that you just can't see in your life long term. So he's not good for you. But on the other half is like, y'all ain't supposed to be together. That's the other side of it. I think we more err on the side of I'm pursuing this, and maybe you want to be with him, but y'all not gonna be together. I think that ladies at our age spend a lot of time in that space because we're older. He checks. At this point, you're not gonna get everything you want. If you have 3, I would say you may get 75%. So you have 4 things on your list, you might get 3. And as you get older, those options become fewer and fewer. So you may start telling yourself stuff like, oh, well, I mean, girl, yeah, he bald by choice, not for us, shit like that. Or, girl, yeah, he's got kids, but they all grown. He got 5 kids, they all grown up. Shit like that you may not have tolerated 10 years ago, or maybe wasn't in your wheelhouse 10 years ago. So I think we err more on the side of can we curse on this channel?
Yes.
Okay. You might, I'm not saying it's me, but you might give a nigga some pussy who you would have never even let buy you a drink 10 years ago, but you like, girl, listen. I mean,
so settling. You feel like
So I don't. So okay, I
don't think that settling is
emotionally not good for us. And then he got a couple felonies and a gun charge. That's not
right.
Good
That's for me. That's the not good for me part. The person that I cannot see in my life being a productive part of my life or adding to my life. The other side of it is maybe pursuing relationships or people that you aren't. They're no butterflies, but you just
So you still entertained a guy that's just not emotionally available.
Well, no, you don't have butterflies. He cool. We great fun. We be having fun. We be hanging out. And you give time to that, knowing that you're just not excited. It's not that excitement. But then I don't know. I've never been married. Maybe people get married when you have that excitement. I don't think that excitement really exists for me at this age. He's calling and now my stomach's a flutter. I'd be like, why he didn't text me?
That's in a Disney movie. Disney set us up.
I hear that. I actually understand that I don't get the butterflies anymore, but yeah. So China, I'm gonna ask you the same question because you were shaking your head. Do we as women being grown and wanting to date do we still lust after men that are not good for us, and why?
I'm gonna say yes, because for some reason toxicity is I don't know, the endorphins are just, there's something attractive about bad guys, but it's guys that the intentions are straight up, this man is a trip. There's something that attracts us to it because I feel like as women, at least sometimes in my past, I wanted to see I can change him, so I think taking on the project or being able to calm down a really, really roughneck that for some reason it used to be something that I was attracted to. So I'm going to say yes, just out of personal experience, because I've always liked to date back in the day before I knew what a healthy relationship looked like. I like the roughnecks. I like the doughboys. I like the players. But now knowing of, what that consists of and knowing you're really just leading yourself on the image that I have in my head of that person and not what's in front of me. I'm not attracted to that anymore. Not to say sometimes if I'm just dating and I'm bored, it's not a little adventurous, but I'm not trying to marry. I'm not trying to have any male come into my house knowing what the possibilities could be. So I would say for fun, it had a little excitement during a boring pandemic, but if I'm trying to settle down, no.
Right. Baby, I had some pandemic booze. I was like, I'm going to have to change my number after the pandemic. One of them survived. I was like, what did you mean?
Did you start to think, oh, can I change him? Maybe,
it's so soft for me. Would be like, girl, that man ain't changing unless he want to. So don't even try to put up with it. But I don't know. It's something about not shouldn't able to be able to touch it makes me want to touch it. It's
that's what I was saying earlier.
But it's like,
Yeah,
what happened? What's the worst that can happen if I do?
right. And Philly Chica, she said, it's just like we on that diet and we know we shouldn't have the ice cream, but
You
we
ain't
still
lusting
want
them
it.
ice creams and cookies till you
Listen,
choose
everything
one.
within moderation. Everything within moderation.
So it's
You
that
just don't
scoop
take it
that
too far.
That's easier said than done when you like what you like and you know it's gonna be
Mhm.
good. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Okay.
That box of Oreos is gonna be gone if you.
And then next thing you know, it's just not a scoop. That man is more than you got the whole
thing.
half gallon of ice cream. You still lusting over him. You know you need to pull back.
Yeah.
But most of the time you don't have to because they'd be like, let me know when you make it home. And then like they phone go to voicemail for a week. So it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, they
Now
cut
that's when I see. Now that's when I be playing with my little ego and my little confidence. A week. Moving on.
Oh no, I wouldn't even.
2 days.
No, like the first time. No, these are stories from the past. I promise you, like I'm not doing. I'm not calling you. Go voicemail twice. Guess what? I'm gonna leave a voicemail because nobody checks voicemails. But I left a voicemail, so you knew that I called. Bye. Like I can meet somebody else who's not gonna call me back. I don't need to just keep
What
talking.
the prank is this? Said women still lust over the toxic men they claim to hate. That is way straight laced men don't. That is women. Way straight laced men don't want to marry modern women because women mostly cheat and go back to that.
What? That's women in your life.
That was very personal. Number one.
Yeah.
Also, number two, I like to add this to the trigger category. The term modern women.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any modern women. Well, I guess we have to define modern women, and then also what the funk. I'm sorry that.
So this modern women thing, right? Y'all really think the old school women was happy? Did y'all hear that song, Barbara? Barbara, this is Shirley.
Yes.
What you think Barbara was calling
We
Shirley
know
for?
they
She
weren't
was not happy.
Don't come to me as a woman. Don't come.
Yeah. So women in general, and that's just the women you probably deal with in your life, honey. And that's in a personal experience, but majority of women don't feel that way. I'm just.
Now I wouldn't say,
yeah.
Even though the women like through the ages, there's not been a time in the world where like, oh, well, back then that's when men didn't cheat, said no one ever. But I don't think that women were out there getting it in. I think they was getting it in, but I don't think they were like, and don't wait up on me, nigga.
Exactly.
I don't think they were doing that. Like, don't worry about when I'm going. They weren't doing that. They like, we're going to have a Tupperware party. And then we're going to take the kids to the park. And then we're going to make some cake. Like, they had a bit of finesse. Mm-hmm. But I do think that like it doesn't matter modern, whatever. Like people can get into relationships and be very complacent. And like, I do think that like there are some people, like my mom told me when I was a kid, she goes, listen, Ida, some people feel like having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. Mm-hmm. And she's like, don't be that way. And I'm like, I got you, sis. Mm-hmm. And I'm still single.
Right.
Now she's like, you no, I'm waiting.
The goal is to like, if you know this is temporary, you gotta protect your heart at all costs. Because as soon as you get your feelings in it, you're gonna regret all it. So it's really a tricky like line, like Manfield, or where the word I'm trying to say, the little bombs you step on. You can't say the word. But I feel
agree
like
with that.
Playing with, so close to somebody like that, it really is tough. So
this kind of adds to my next question. So did you ever start? So I'm going to start with Philly Chica. Did you ever start seeing a guy just because of his looks, or his dress, or the sound of his voice?
Mm-hmm. I do. Like, look, that's the first thing you see when you see somebody. You're attracted to their physical. So yeah, of course I've started something. It didn't last, or it was a one night stand or something, but I have to be attracted to you to even think about giving you the cookies, so to speak. So like, it's not, and I hate that thing that women know within the first 10 seconds. I mean, that's not true all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. And I'm just saying that, yes, I have. I'm gonna say that great. I have. Yes, you look good, you smell good, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, be like, get me interested. But once you get past that and you see what's underneath, it either keeps me or it lets me go.
What about you, China? Have you ever, started seeing a guy but just because of his looks?
I would say I'm currently doing that right now. He's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, okay.
And charming. But now we actually have chemistry between each other, which is like, haven't felt this way in a while. And he's intelligent as well. So that's also a plus. That's an attractiveness. So yes, I personally will go off of looks. That's not just it. But sometimes it's like, I just want to meet an attractive guy that just meets the physical. So I would say definitely I'm currently doing it right now.
So, in your previous relationships, have you ever spun the block around and be like, okay, I shouldn't go back to this guy? And maybe he might call you and you hear the sound of his voice and you go out with him, even though you know you shouldn't.
Yeah, those are definitely mistakes. I've done that in my last relationship that I've been single for almost a year now. And then just before that, it was just some guys who was like, maybe if I just spin the block one more time. I'm on the porch this time, buddy. I'm available. But even then, I should have never did that. I should have never. I think spinning the block and you know what like, the intent of them hurting you or just not having good communication or just not being emotionally intelligent. Like I'm spinning the block solely off the physical, and I know better. I just didn't. I let my flesh have it, and I didn't think clearly with my mind.
And it wasn't. And honestly, I've done that, and I've spun the block around, hoping that there's something more going to come out of it, even though you've broken up, and it always ends up badly. Ida, are you there?
I am here.
Okay. So have you ever started dating a guy just because of his looks or his dress or the sound of his voice?
Maybe like in high school, maybe I don't know. You know, maybe like I feel like the majority of my relationships, let me think, have kind of started with like I didn't see it coming. Like, oh, you want to study because you like me? I thought you just wanted the notes. You know, like shit like that. Like, I'm very unassuming when it comes to guys approaching me. But I can't. I mean, yeah, like if I see somebody who I think is attractive, or you know, I'll I'll talk to them. But like, honestly, I don't really have like a physical type. Obviously, I have a type that I don't like, but I'm not like, oh, girl, that's my type. Well, okay, I'm lying, but I mean, I'm not like very rigid on my type, but I can't think of the last time I saw a guy and was like, girl, I gotta have him. I don't think so. But I mean, listen, I still got time.
Right. You do have
You know,
time.
girl, it could happen any day.
So what the phone just said, speaking as a career bartender, many men have been cheated on with the pretty boy man who ran game.
You could be cheating on with anybody. The mailman wasn't necessarily cute. Pretty is in the eye of the beholder. So, I mean, I just think that that's labeling a certain group of people just because you look good. Nah. I just think that they had other reasons for cheating. Trust me, it was other reasons, especially if it was the woman cheating on the man. We cheat for different reasons. You know, it's different things, allegedly. Not me, I don't cheat. But I just rather be done with it. Like, that's what you were saying about spinning the block. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Like, no matter how you look, no matter how good the D was, I'm going to make it so that way you are the enemy. You are Satan himself in my head. So that way I don't go back. Because if I leave that little inch for me, I know me, my self-control, how I can control myself and what I can't control myself with. If I leave myself that little bit of room, like he was so horrible, but the D was good, that butt will have me spinning the block. You see what I'm saying? Once you close the case, I'm done. That way, there's no need to spin the block, you know.
And you're right. That little piece, you know, had me turning around, and I knew, and you know better, but you still do it. And you know, you have to, like you said, cut yourself off and say, no, he's horrible. Don't go back. And that one time I went back was not a bad idea. And you just have to know that in your head that that's not the right thing to do.
Tuber, hey boo.
Hey beauty.
There she is. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. Hold on one second. I am going. So First Home Tuber is here. I know she is finishing up with a client. So thank you so much for joining me as well. But I'm going to go to the next question. Did you ever stop seeing a guy because of his looks? Or yes, have you ever stopped seeing a guy because of his looks or his hygiene, how he kept himself?
Never because of hygiene. So I've never stopped seeing a guy because of his looks. When it comes to personal hygiene, usually, when you meet, that's a good indicator of kind of what's going on. So I've never gotten into that. But there have been men where after the first time I went into their home, I was like, no, absolutely never.
What was the
Ugh.
what she said,
And
what
they're not us.
made you go,
Well, they're not us. They're not women. So we like to keep our home nice and we're super neat and we like for things to smell great and be pretty. So I understand a bachelor, but it was too much. And I would always say, I'm very sensitive to my surroundings. So if it's not someplace I feel I can relax, then I don't want to be there. I'm never coming back here again.
You're never coming back here again.
You gotta write it in the dirt on the door, never coming back.
Yeah. You just make a beeline for the door and said, okay, that's it. I can't do it. I can't sit down.
I'm sorry.
Did you just make a beeline for the door and said, I can't even sit down. There's nowhere to sit, or just was the smell? You just couldn't take it. You just turned around.
I couldn't take it. I limited my stay and stop laughing. and like I said, I never went back.
Oh, I got tears, girl. Because I can see you not even putting down your pocketbook. Like,
Girl, I'm not mad at you. I probably
She's coming in and he's like, have a seat, and she's doing this with her purse.
yeah.
Like, well, where do you want me to sit at?
I just seen a TikTok like that. It was like going to a man's house. He had no soap. Even the wash rags ain't look. I can't. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but his personal hygiene was absolutely on point. He looked good, smelled good, dressed well. So you never know, ladies. You never know.
Dressed up, but
You know what? You could suggest like, hey, have you ever thought about getting a housekeeper? I mean, you may be open to that.
he probably was looking for one.
Everybody wasn't put here to clean up, but a housekeeper, great idea, great investment for bachelors.
I have an issue with that because I can't take a shower in a dirty shower. I can't take a shower if my shower is dirty. You understand what I'm saying? Like I can't clean the dishes. I can't I can't clean the kitchen if the dishes are piled up. So I was like, what's happening? So I feel like it's still dirty. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta clean the kitchen to go in there and cook. I can't cook if the kitchen's dirty. So so I kind of like. So I'm gonna go to Philly. And I'm gonna go to Philly, and then I'm gonna go to Ida. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to Philly and then China.
Yeah, no. If it's the same question, no. I'm sorry. I can't even go on a date with you if I walk up and your blinds is missing and you got sheets up to the window. That's a problem. Like curtains cost $10.99. You ain't got $10.99. We can't date, sir. I'm too, but I would have hightailed. They call it the exterminator. I'm a clean freak to a certain extent. Now I understand people have bad days and all that, but when the roaches are greeting you at the door saying, "Come on in, he'll be downstairs soon," that's a problem. Like, yeah, that's a problem. So I will definitely not even entertain you if you're cute. You know what I'm saying? Let's say we met at the grocery store. I'm gonna take the club out of it. We met at the grocery store. You cute, you smell good, all that good stuff. And I come to your house and I see "help me" written in dust on your windows, we got a problem. Like, I'm not even walking in. I'm saying I got the wrong house, all that, and just dip. Because that's the thing that, okay, yeah, you can take care of yourself. Everybody has a bad day, but dust buildup and roaches and mice and all that, that's a you problem. You're nasty. I'm cool. No, thank you. You're gonna have my house looking like that.
But how do you know? Okay, so what if it was just like Tuber just said? What if you didn't know until What if that was the first night y'all had? You thought you were gonna go over there, have a
Ain't
good
nothing
night?
ain't nothing coming off. I'm trying to say, ain't nothing coming off. I'm not even blinking my eyes. I'm gonna be sitting there like this, like a mannequin challenge. I'm going home. I'm not. It won't even go that far. And then if he asks why, something in my spirit. I feel like I'm a lie like a mother. I turned gay. I'm back with my ex. I got hit by a car. Something going to happen as to why we can never talk again. Something.
That is so funny. She said, "I'm a lie." I turned gay. What about you, China? Has that ever happened where you stopped seeing a guy because of his looks or the way he dressed? I'm sorry. We already went there. His looks or his hygiene.
Yes.
Personal hygiene.
Yes. Looks, because it was like I was trying to be nice and I really wasn't attracted to you. So that's happened before. Like you go on a date and you're like, I'm not liking him. So I've done that before. And specifically in college, there was this one guy, I ain't gonna say his name. He's a Sigma, right? Came over to this house for the first time. And I met him because he played at the gym on campus that I worked at. He would play basketball at the gym on campus that I worked at. I get to this man's house. He picks me up. When I get upstairs to the room, the stench of sweaty balls was just so prudent that I've not turned back around like, what is that smell?
Raised your blood pressure, huh?
He goes, what smell? Immediately gotta have my cousin act like it is an emergency, because the fact that you don't smell this stench from between you and your roommate, and you brought me, a lady, over into this. Yeah, your room don't stink, but your bathroom stinks of sweaty balls. Come on now. That incident, yeah, he was very attractive, but sir, if you're able to shower in that bathroom, we have a problem. So in undergrad, that showed me that if the house is not clean, so your hygiene is not always clean. Because if you can shower in a dirty place like that, what else can you go without being fully clean? I just think the two go hand in hand. So for me, like, I understand, okay, it's a busy week. You didn't get to deep clean how you want to, but you're going to get to it. You know, we're not saying completely try to not avoid the smell and spray something. So from honestly, yes, dipped up out of him and off that day. It has to be a connection. I don't want to waste, and at this age, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste their time, and collectively, I can't get it back if I'm really not attracted to you. I'm not proud to say I've stopped dating people because of their looks, but I was trying to, not go for looks, and that was the issue for me. It was like, I need both. I need to be physically.
Try to give you salty balls,
emotionally. Girl, but the sweaty ball, I never smelled sweaty balls.
They sweaty, they salty. He tried to raise your blood pressure, child. High blood pressure with these sweaty nuts.
I ain't seen like that before. I was like, and I work at a gym, but the funk coming from that bathroom, like, I can't tell this day is ingrained in my head, and I hate to think that.
So you're in college, but is there a difference between dirty and messy?
Yes. Dirty is filthy. Messy is like you got a pile of clothes you should have got to 3 days ago when you got them out the dryer, but you ain't fold them. A little organization. But dirty is meaning the towels at your house are not clean.
They crunchy and black.
Not crunchy. I just got a visual of that. That's nasty. You know, them towels that look like they clean the bathroom and their ass. And themselves. I can't do that. Thankfully, I haven't moved to a man's house at 30 that's looking like that. But at 20, it was a great test, and I said,
right.
Smell like Mr. Clean and Fabuloso and Zest at the same time. How your towels smell like this?
Okay, Ida. So, did you ever stop seeing a guy because of his looks or his hygiene?
No, not specifically, because like if I know somebody is unattractive, like I knew that when I gave him my number. So like, so maybe yes, like maybe it's like, oh well, he was just alright. Plus he ugly anyway, too. So okay, I like that, but not just because he was ugly. Like, because you can be ugly and funny and like, hello, we're here, but you can't be like ugly and entitled and got an attitude.
You can't get pretty right if you
Period.
ugly.
I agree.
I need you to have some personality or something. You can't just be sitting there looking at me over your stomach like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm an engineer. I've been in my job for 17 years, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much in charge there. And I'm just like, is that your chin or your stomach? Because usually it's not, there's nobody out here like, oh, poor so-and-so. No, like these niggas be having all the attitude.
So, wait, are you saying the ugly men have a lot of the attitude?
They do. She's right.
Back on go.
It'd be the audacity for me.
Yes, it's a lot of audacity.
Look at Jermaine Dupri and Janet Jackson. He cheated on Janet.
And laughed about it the other day on the special.
Tag.
I guess that was just being a man.
This man looks like a skin tag with grills, and you cheated on Janet Jackson. How dare you?
Not to be mean, but he actually looks like a French bulldog.
That's too pretty. He looks like just a potato, just potato with grills.
Because like,
I don't mean it. I do want my free ice cream.
No, nobody's like, you got picket fence right here about picket fence. Yeah, I cheated on. I was just being a man. First of all, death to those women who are out here making him. But I'm just not like, I don't know. Like, I'm just not that person that's like, oh, that nigga got money. Like, I just like Jermaine Dupri would be a person like, well, girl, he said he got a section, but I mean, what, you want me to talk to him?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that. We get our own section, bitch. I ain't gotta talk to him. Like,
yeah,
got a lot of attitude.
That's the difference between a gold digger and us women who would just like to date an attractive man with this shit together. Because I cannot. Some of these women in my city, just cities at all, I'll be like, now that man.
It's a list of people I wouldn't touch walking down the street, rich or poor. I hate to say Biggie Smalls one of them. He was an ogle or something. And he had to have money to get somebody. You get what I mean? So like James Brown. James Brown was an ogle or something.
But I feel like James Brown's funny as shit. Like he would get high, he'd be funny. I thought he was funny.
And see, that's what I was saying about the charisma. About you have to be charming. There has to be.
James Brown was a finesser. He was buying. He was like, listen, baby, I bought you a fur coat. Even though he bought it for another bitch, since you here, he gonna give it to you. Like he was a finesser, I'm sure. Like I feel like he had it. Like I feel like he was just like that nigga. Like
you can't beat on me and be ugly at the same time. Like that's where you ugly and you trying to put your hands on. James Brown was a habitual beater. Get what I'm saying? So like you know, it's just I put James Brown. I put even Ike Turner. Ike Turner was horrible looking. Tina beautiful.
But, you know, I feel like Ike Turner.
I just don't get
work.
There we go. I was gonna say
you can look at him and tell that he had third leg.
And David Ruffin.
David Ruffin too. Yeah, he was an ugly something too.
Something about them eyes. I said they got a fine actor to play him because in my mind I was expecting David Ruffin to look like
Leon fine.
Leon.
And that was not the
right. Did you see his unsung? His daughter looks just like him. Bless her heart.
They gotta find something. But all of that, with all that wrapped up, I'm just saying, like the uglier men, for some reason, they feel like they're the gift to you. Yeah, you're absolutely right when you point that out. They feel like they're the gift to you when really you're the gift to them. You get what I'm saying? You're upgrading their stock, all right? We're upgrading the value of your house. Mm-hmm. You was an ugly nigga on the street and nobody wanted to talk to. So like
Kia just said something that's so funny. It's so interesting. She said, yes, sometimes a not so attractive man can charm you, but the money makes them act like they don't know. Mm-hmm. I agree, but
they know. Rick Ross know.
I had to take a step back and just let y'all talk because that just really.
And we're not even talking about money. We ain't talking about like money. We ain't talking about he got his own money, Lisa. We ain't talking about that kind of money. Feel me?
Right.
We're just talking about you went to college, you got a job. Congratulations. You do not applaud a fish for swimming.
Right. There you go for doing what you're supposed to do as adulting. Right. You adulting.
You're just adulting. Right. Like you didn't land a helicopter in my front yard to go on a date. Like chill, nigga. Like
if you ugly, you
do we as women still stay with the man even though he's cheated, even though he's Jermaine Dupri and cheated?
No. You can be ugly, just have some money and be packing. David. No, you still have to be. Don't forget the charisma. That's first. After ugly, got to come to charisma. It's in order.
Being funny. Or funny, intellectually,
ugly, funny.
But we love a good man that can make.
If I could say something real quick, I think it just hits harder. It hits different when you're ugly, and you cheat on me. Like, the heck? Like, you're ugly. Like, you get what I'm saying? I think it hits different.
But
No, I don't
it
cheat.
happens.
I wouldn't stay with you whether you're cute, whether you're whatever, and cheated. Cheating is just a rule breaker. It's just a no-no.
But
Cheating, all that. But I think arguments seem different when you're ugly. It's like, because it's going to come up. You ugly bastard. You got
it's like, who are you talking to?
I'm not with that person. I'm not calling him ugly, but I get.
I will. I am. Yeah, we're arguing. We're arguing. I'm not trying to be nice in the argument. So yes, I'm gonna come up. You frosted flake. You fucking.
I can't be nice in the argument. That's why I try not to, because I done said one low blow about your mama.
There you go. But, okay,
so now pick the things that people can't control. He can't control he's born ugly, but maybe he's a bad speller and just say that's why you can't spell.
No, I don't care.
That's how you get him.
Ugly or not, you better not act ugly. If you can't be
ugly,
act
ugly. Born ugly though.
Well, I don't want the audacity of an unattractive man.
Right, but in an argument, I'm gonna go for. I know me. For once again, for me in an argument, if we're arguing, and again, I just said I'm gonna make you. If I'm getting ready to close you out my life, I'm gonna make sure I get it all out and make you the enemy. So that way I don't want to come back. So if I'm arguing with you to get you out my life, your looks is going to come up. I'm going to say, you ugly bastard, you had the nerve to cheat on me. You get what I'm saying? That's going to come out of my mouth. It's not going to come out of my mouth with a cute guy. I'm not going to say, you cute motherfucker. You cheated on me. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you start to think about, does that would mess up your head if an ugly man cheated on you? Or if you can...
First of all, that has happened to me.
Happens all the time, though.
Okay.
It happens all the time.
And then Ida, when that's happened to you, what mentally did you think about? What did you go through when that happened to you? And then China, go ahead. Sorry, China first, and then Ida.
I think the audacity to go out of my normal dating pool and Thanos himself then lied to me, cheated on me, and did me wrong when you approached me first. I feel like I wasted my time, and I'm like, I should keep dating in my pool. I should keep dating handsome and rich, because when I try to date regular and normal looking or not so unattractive, they still play games and disrespect the relationship and lie and cheat. So I'll just stay. Now I'm just dating what I'm attracted to. I've given guys that I'm not attracted to, and I wanted to try different, and still got my feelings hurt. So why not date what I'm attracted to and not feel like I'm settling in the looks department when I know I want something more physically enticing? I'm upset, and it's a waste of my damn time.
But you know what? We as women, we put up with a lot. So, but I want to hear Ida's story. What was going through your head when that happened to you?
I was just like, oh my God. I was just thinking about, okay, I'm not going to say that. I'll say it. I was thinking about to myself saying, like, nigga, like, you over here with her, but does she know that you be using my feminine powder? Like, because you be like having sweaty, like, do do people know that, like, you be having me shave your back? Like, what's good? Like, do people know that you use Nair, like, in your private area? Like, you really over here, like, putting yourself together, and you are cheating on me, and then I talked to the girl, because I don't know how I ended up calling her. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But I wasn't confrontational. I just wanted to know, because he worked in a job where he was he had like some contingent workers that reported to him. So it was always oh, so and so, yeah, she would let me know she oh, you're gonna be late. Oh, okay. Nigga, listen. So I don't know what happened. It was just like 10 years ago. So I called her, and she was like, first of all, he told me he loved me. And I was like, okay, anyway, like, whatever. But like in her mind, they were in a whole relationship. And she was like, do you have blonde hair? Because when I was in his car the other day, I saw blonde hair, and my hair is green. I said, oh, it's green. No, I mean, well, I do have blonde hair, but like, so are you upset that it was a blonde hair in my car? Because that's my car. That's your car. I mean, like, it was just so much. But I was talking to a ex-boyfriend like from high school, and we're friends now. And he told me, he was like, listen, you give these ugly niggas a chance. Like, once they be like, damn, she gave me a chance. What should I get with anybody? It gives them so much confidence. And I'm not talking about just ugly people in general. I'm talking about the cheaters and the people who just don't have a right. You just don't have a right. And it was like, once I thought about it, like, honestly, he wasn't good at anything besides like lying and cheating. Like he wasn't good at anything besides that. He was funny too. He was really funny, but that was pretty much it. But I was really upset. But you know, that was like I was with him for like 5 years. So I was like, after all of that stuff happened, I was like, you know what? I just ain't got time for no ain't got this, ain't got that, ain't got this. Like I can't do it. I cannot do it.
I just,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I don't want to
Go
cut you
ahead,
off.
go ahead, Philly.
I'm gonna keep it okay. I feel like we windmill for ugly people when we get with them, because our family got something to say, our friends got something to say. Y'all better not have no babies. That baby gonna be ugly. Or make sure he take after your side of your family, girl, because that baby gonna be ugly. So we defend you so much, you know what I'm saying? Defending like it's deep down. He is great. He does everything else. That if you turn around and cheat, it's like I don't have to do that with a cute guy. I don't have to defend him being ugly. You know what I'm saying? I have to defend his actions being ugly, but not his physical. You just add an extra bag for me to have to defend. And then you turn around and cheat on me. Like, you got the nerve. Are you
It's
serious?
embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. There you go. It's very much embarrassing.
And then everybody want to start saying, girl, you look too good for him anyway. Girl, he's ugly than the bitch. Okay. Everybody calm down. I knew he was ugly.
Oh, I always thought you was too good for him anyway. The way
Right. We know.
me.
Well,
calm down.
I
knew he was ugly, okay?
You know what? Lessons learned. Moving on.
Okay, I want to actually roll back a little bit.
Oh, I'll be like, I was way finer than this man. I was way out of his league, but it's okay.
I would roll it back a little bit. Tuber, what do you consider ugly? Or not your type?
I have never really felt attracted to men who were not Black. And so I have an open mind in terms of, considering other men, but I've never felt attraction. I've, met men that I respect a great deal, that were interesting, but I find I do have a racial quote unquote attraction. So
okay, that's color. I appreciate that. But as far as looks, so we watching this show. Does it is it the teeth? Does he have to have perfect teeth? Does he have to have be a certain height? Does he, Black men come in the different nose, facial, like everything. So does any of those things matter?
They do. Historically, I've never had a type. Teeth matter though. Teeth are important. So I will say that. I'm very short, so the height thing isn't as much of an issue for me as like, big, tall, beautiful women. I do like darker. I find that I'm more, there's a higher level of motivation there. But outside of those things, I'm pretty open.
A higher level of motivation is hilarious.
So
I've been working on
China, you know what? I want to go to Philly first, and then China, and then Ida. Philly, what do you? Because we've been talking about this word ugly. What do you consider ugly? And what do you consider ugly? What do you consider? Because
your teeth cannot be crip walking. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, they cannot be throwing up gang signs. When you talk to me, your breath cannot make my eyes water. Okay. Your nose has to be appropriate to your face. Like, I don't want to be staring at your nose the entire time, not listening to nothing else you're saying. Please don't have your eyes cocked like a pistol. Please, I appreciate it. I understand you can't help that. But if you see, please don't come my way, because I'm not going to be able to focus. And hygiene, like the way you smell, the way your clothes is put together, that can be considered ugly to me. If you got big old underarm rings underneath of there, walking up to me smelling like you carrying 2 cheesesteaks under your arm, that's a problem. So that's what's ugly for me. And your hairline, I get it, men, we got problems with our hairline and stuff like that. But there's some things I don't need it pushed all the way back, like all the way back here, like it's saluting like this, like that's a problem. But other than that, no, you could be cute. Yeah.
Yo, your eyes can't be cocked like a pistol, man. I just
No, none of that. None of that.
so okay, now China, what do you consider ugly? Because you know that as melanated people, we come in all different shapes, sizes, complexions, everything. So and we as women put up with a lot. We just had the Janet Jackson comparison. So what do you consider ugly?
I think I can agree with most of what Philly Chica just said. The teeth is a big one for me. The teeth, you know, to me, I'm not a big fan of acne. I'm not a big fan of all the discoloration because, like, why you not taking care of your skin? The receding hairline, just let it go. Height is adjustable. I'm only like 5'4", so that's you know, that's fine. But I'm definitely gonna say teeth. I'm a big person on teeth and like skin, and then like someone who just, I think teeth is the biggest for me. Teeth is the biggest for me. Because I legit went on a date with a guy and I was like, oh, I did not see this man's teeth. Or that I didn't know he was bald. So I was like, I feel catfish. I'm glad he let the hairline go. But the fact that I didn't know that prior to us meeting up, I was like, this is not.
But he can get his teeth fixed, though. I mean, do you let it go because you know you've had a great conversation with him, and
No, because you're driving a very nice Infinity, but your teeth not fixed? Priorities. I'm good. No, teeth for me. In this day and age, you could go to wherever here. You go to Colombia and get a discount, and y'all out in Tulum drinking, but you ain't think to stop by the dentist.
Yeah.
Crystal, that's a very good point, though, Crystal, because I think like for all my queens out there who are looking to be married, I think it's worth it to think about which of these things can be changed or improved upon, especially if as the pools get smaller, you know?
Well, the pool is very small, as you all know. We're outnumbered, or I mean, they're outnumbered. We're outnumbering them. That's what I'm saying. So, and that's kind of why I asked the question, Kia, because you know, honestly, I don't want to refer to people as ugly. Folks have enough issues. Just because you're not my type does not mean you're ugly. There is someone for everyone. I hear what you're saying, and we were using the word ugly, but just you know, we also. You know, somebody says, "Oh, I don't like dreadlocks," but are you judging them, or are you? So I do hear what China's saying though, because are you taking care of your hygiene? Are you taking care of your teeth, and are you doing that, going that extra mile and doing those things, or are you buying the nice car? So yeah, I wanted to make that distinction. I wanted to make make that clear because that is. But as women, and you know, you just said something. You cheated on me, you ugly, you know, so we as women, I said this 5 times. We put up with a lot. He may not be my type, but he's made me laugh. But you know, he's got a good job, and he's he's smart and all of these other things, and then he disappoints you. Yeah, so I want to ask you that question, and then I want to go to the next. So yeah, did you ever stop seeing a guy because of his looks to be or his hygiene? Yeah, and what do you consider ugly? That was the question. Sorry, Ida.
What I consider ugly. Ugly is a strong word that I usually reserve for people who have pissed me off. Because until you piss me off, like, of course I see something in you, apparently, obviously. And then when you piss me off, then we can talk about how ugly you are. But I think honestly for me, as far as just physical features, like what would be a turnoff to me physically, and y'all don't laugh, this is very serious to me, but dirty fingernails. Now, I'm not saying that's a deal breaker because like First Home Tuber said, think about things that can be fixed. But like, that's just like, I don't know, it's like an odd nuance. I don't like dirty fingernails because I'm just like, on the way here, you had to look at your hands like 15 times before you got here. Like, I didn't meet you at the mechanic shop, but like, also, if anybody out there is a mechanic, like, I'm single, so I mean, you can always use a mechanic, right? Oh, like, people be like, I want to date a doctor. I want to date a mechanic. or somebody who's a home builder. Back to the question. So I do feel like there are like certain physical attributes, but most of them are changeable. As it pertains to the teeth, I just want to say that a lot of insurance does not cover adult orthodontics. So, and a lot of people, like, they're a product of how they were raised. So, like, if he has everything else going for himself, you go in this restroom, he got we have the water pig, he got the little, ultrasonic toothbrush. He's taking care of the teeth he has. But, like, maybe he just, it's like First Home Tuber said, something you can talk to somebody about. But, like, to me, if the man had everything else and his teeth were a little, crooked, but they were clean, I mean, like, nobody's perfect. I mean, I'm not perfect because, listen, if I had $1 for every time somebody was like, I mean, you think I know ass. If I had $1 for every time somebody said that, I would be rich. And I wouldn't need a man. But, like, this is how God made me. And so, like, I'm not going to go get an ass because I feel like, somebody told me in Miami, like, year before last, he was like, ma'am, I just want to tell you, natural body's going to come back. I was like, I don't know what to say to that, but thank you. And he just walked off. But yeah, like, natural body's gonna come back one day. But as far as like the teeth or like anything that's, to me, cosmetic and maybe genetic, I could probably, I'm not talking about no nose job or no shit, but like, the teeth thing, I could probably work around. Or like sometimes like niggas don't know, like they be using like the Vaseline lotion, and I'm like, let me show you something. That's not for us. I don't know who they make Vaseline lotion for. I don't know, but it's not for us. So like, he's trying, he's doing what he knows to do, but he just ain't completely got it together. So you can help in those areas, but I can't think of like, I've never met somebody who was so like physically offensive to me. I'm just like, oh, dusty feet, please don't bother me. I can't think of a time that's happened. I don't know. But so I guess that's my like, dirty fingernails.
To me, I'm sorry, the teeth is because, like, okay, I understand they white and all that nice stuff, but we have to kiss. Eventually, you're going to kiss my cookie, and I don't want gingivitis on my cookie.
Oh, so, no, we made it very good. He had the water pig, he had the ultrasonic such and such.
I'm saying, for me, if you have all that good stuff, that's cool. But you had PUA, you got free healthcare, Obama insurance to go get those crooked things fit. That just shows that you care about your oral health better than, I mean, you can't walk up to me and they crooked and look like butters, sticks of butter. That's a problem. I mean, it signifies health and importance. If you can take care of yourself, to me, that just signifies that you can take care of me. If I fall on bad times, if I fall in bad health, you will be able to take care of me. And height, I just want to say height does matter. Height does matter to me. I'm 4'11". I'm sorry, I can't have nobody eye to eye with me, because if we in the fire, how you going to save me? How the heck you going? I need somebody to pick me up by the back of my neck and poof, get me up out of there. Not nobody. We look at eye to eye to myself. You pick me up. No, you pick me up. No, that's the problem. But other than that,
you can't be fighting over protection. No, I hear you on that. That's so funny. I actually want to go back a little bit. China, I don't know if I got your lie story. So I kind of want to ask China and First Home, now that she's here, what's the best lie a guy told you that what's the best lie that you've ever had from a guy?
The best lie?
Mm-hmm. Or not even the best. Like, what's the one that you're like, yo, but you kept seeing him even after you found out?
I'm gonna say, I'm trying to think, because I feel like I've been I really take this camera. Oops, I didn't know my camera. I'm really trying to think. I'm gonna say, you know what? There was this one guy who said he was a chef, and he was like, yeah, I have a restaurant, X, Y, and Z. So he would come over to my house and cook for me, but I had never seen the food truck. I ain't never seen a pop-up shop at this location. I'm like, dude said he could cook it. He got a restaurant. I've ordered from it and got deliveries, but I ain't never seen the physical location. I didn't know you can like get safe serve to cook out of your house. Never heard of that ever at all. I'm like, oh, the website, the Google page. I'm like, this, if I ain't living in scam London, I don't know what is. I'm thinking this man got a full physical brick and mortar, and this man was cooking out of his house.
He did.
Now, he
That's a brick and mortar building.
He would go grocery shop for me, and the sex was bomb. But I'm like, this nigga. I mean, this man ain't got. But where are your customers? How is it working out? So that I knew for a fact that
was that a deal breaker for you?
That's what I'm about to ask.
Because I feel like he had no overhead. I feel like this is super smart. I was like, what's the markup on your delivery service?
The profit margins on that are unbelievable.
No bills, no staff.
Yeah, there's an integrity issue because of the lie, but in terms of a business model.
How long did you stick with him? You just said the sex was bomb. How long did you stay with him after?
Longer than I should have. About like two, beginning of the pandemic. So about almost 2 years.
Okay, you gave him a chance.
Wait.
So mind you, when we met.
Mm-hmm.
So then why did y'all break up?
He was a liar and a cheater.
Well, he lied from the beginning. So
that's important.
Exactly. But I was blinded because of the West Indian things. That's
So he was at Lay House.
Dirty wine that had you blind. They know how to do that. So I was
dirty wine that had you blind.
I was blind right there because that portion was very,
so
very.
You were with him for almost 2 years, you said. So
but it's pandemic years, so that's really like 6 months. It's pandemic years. They really don't count for real years though. That's like 6 months in real life.
They do.
She
said they don't count. You can't get your pandemic numbers back.
But listen, so after
baby, the pandemic numbers have been motherfucking expunged. You understand? They have been expunged. They're done.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
You can delete your COVID years. The fuck?
Like that part of the homeless has been erased.
Never happened.
So,
I was like, I think.
When did you find out he was lying though? Did you, or about being a chef?
So one day, right? So one day I just popped up on him, like, I wonder if he need help with orders. And it was just him at his house like doing, I'm like, are you cooking? What are you doing? I just remember popping up on him and realizing he was placed, like, not that that's a bad issue, but I thought you had a food truck. I thought you had.
But did he say that though?
I was about to say that, yeah.
He said he was a chef.
Did you assume?
I should have asked.
Y'all, he's a chef in his own mind. Like
he's a chef. If people order his food and he making money, he's a chef.
He is chef of no. But all drug dealers think that they're street pharmacists. Does that make are they really street pharmacists? No.
Right.
Was he serving plates?
He be having medicine though. That's come from the pharmacy. I mean,
What you about to say, Kristen?
You know how here in Atlanta, a lot of people like to just sell the plates or sell like the styrofoam. I'm selling plates and stuff.
Oh, they do that in Houston. They come to the beauty shop like, I got chicken today.
Yeah,
along that side. I think it was along. Yes, but I won't say, because I hate when people come across the video. I won't say it was church dinner outside, Keisha Cole outside the BT or selling plates, but I will say it was like 2 steps above.
Was he?
Did he ever get money from you? Like, was he ever like in a bind because he didn't have this real business, or was he like still paying his bills and shit?
I started to like him, and I'm like, oh, I really want, this is what you want to do. I want to help you with your dreams. So I would, help him and get like plasticware or linings for your burgers and stuff, because I was really feeling it.
You was with him shooting in the gym.
I was a little bit, and then I was like, these shots ain't going.
If you went to Sam's, you was with him shooting in the gym. Or Amazon. It was Amazon, wasn't it, sis?
He was like hustle man.
It was like, yeah, it'll be here tomorrow.
No professional restaurant place, but
it'll be here tomorrow.
I think from going forward, there's so many questions that I ask to verify if he's lying to me or not. He just be honest with me. And if you're not where you want to be at in your career, you could just say that. Because I'm not. I'm higher than I was the year before, months before, but I'm still working to where I don't go around saying, "Oh yes, I'm a Hollywood executive producer." No,
right.
I'm working to be that, but I'm other things as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm an actor. I'm a director. I'm not saying I got Grammys, Emmys, Golden Globes, and you're like, "Where they at now?"
Yeah, but I think about
your safety deposit box, girl. You can't keep that at home.
I
can't keep that at home. Those are invaluable.
I think when you lie about things, when you lie about like little things first starting off, that just is a big red flag that you gonna lie about the big things when I ask you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just to me, like, you know, I that's why it means so much. You know, if you're not where you at, don't say you got a whole restaurant and stuff. Just say I'm at Shayla house, you know, Shayla my house.
Mhm.
And I would respect it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you're a hustler. You know, you're gonna get that brick and mortar one day. You know, instead of you just coming off like a lie, because now I'm gonna side eye you and say, okay, is that really your cousin or y'all play cousins?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It goes into bigger things. So start off right, y'all.
I agree. So when you lie, like the small things that have nothing to do with you, that's no big deal. I'd be like, why are you lying? just tell me the truth and let me figure out how I want to deal with it, how I want to accept it. I might be okay with it, especially if if it has nothing to do with me, or if you're not, like you said, cheating, as we just talked about. So first home, I want to ask you, what's the lie that the guys told you and you still stuck with them, even though you still entertained it, even though you didn't, you shouldn't have?
I think it's along the same lines, you know, professional embellishments. There are different, you know, in any profession, there are different like levels to it, I guess you can say. So I think just embellishing, you know, their level of success. I think those have been, I have a good story, guys. There was one guy I met when I was still dating online. Very nice gentleman. And I don't have any children, so I was very open to men who had children. It was no problem, right? So each conversation I had with him, though, he would reveal more children. So it's not like when you meet someone and you say, oh, I have 5, right? I met him. He would say, "Oh yeah." He said at first, he said, "I have a daughter and a son." Blah blah blah. And so it turns out he had all these children by different women. So he was like rolling them out kind of like in stages, because I think he didn't want to scare me and give me the real numbers in the beginning.
Oh.
Right. So then he said, "Oh, you know, I know we talked about my son and my daughter. I also have a pair of twins." And I said, "Oh, well, okay, that's cute, twins, you know." But then there were more children. And so it just, that was the worst lie, I think.
What's his last name? Wayans?
No, it was
just saying.
Yo, first home.
Funny story, though. He was a preacher.
Oh, well, there you go. He was multiplying. He was being fruitful, and he was multiplying.
Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all.
He was really nice, though. But, you know.
He was nice and fertile.
Okay. So I actually had a guy tell me that he had one daughter, one child, that she was 18, about to graduate from high school, right? And I said, "Oh, okay." You know, like you said, at this age, like, men are gonna have children, right? Went over to his house, and I'm seeing on the fireplace, I'm seeing all these pictures, and he said, and I'm just looking at the pictures. And he said, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "Oh, I'm looking at the picture. Who are these kids?" And he said, "Oh, those are my nieces and nephews." And yes. And come to find out,
wow,
that he actually has 6 kids, and there were 5. So he had the one daughter that he told me about. Then he had 5 other additional kids. And he's been with a woman for about 10 years, and that they've never been married. And he had 5 kids with this woman. And 5 kids. So I said, "So you denied your children?" And so that to me is
that.
And they get the luxury of doing it. If we had done something like that, if we had 15 kids and only introduced them to one until we got married and introduced the other 14, then they will be upset about that. You know what I'm saying? They have the luxury of hiding stuff like that. My fupa tell y'all I had a kid right off bat. You're going to see my body and say, "Yep, she got some kids."
So we can't ever lie about it. That's it.
Can't.
What did David say? Maybe he just really likes you and doesn't want to spill all of his business out.
I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. And I could tell, you know, and I took that into consideration, but still it was like
something that serious.
I took that into consideration. Like, it was a credit decision. I took that into consideration, but no.
But But not 3 to 6 months later. Like, that's too long. That's dragging a lie. You know, you told the first lie. By the second date, you know, I expect for you to be like, you know, I tried to want to see if I was feeling you. By the second or third date, I expect for you to have come clean. Especially about something like that. You know, 3 to 6 months later, by then my feelings are invested, especially if we're spending time, we're dating to eventually be together. You know, I'm spending my time, I'm curbing my other niggas for you, you know what I'm saying? And now you're going to tell me after I'm already invested that you got a football team and then I got to deal with all them baby moms? That's the problem. That's wrong.
One baby mama is enough.
Right, all of them. Girl.
And to me, the fact that you denied your children, I hear what you're saying, Philly Tika. On the second date, I need to know that. Like, but you just denied 5 other kids, and I don't think he would have told me. If I remember, he said no, I didn't want to like scare you away, so I didn't want to tell you about my other kids. And I said, oh, so you weren't going to say anything at all? To me, that's denying your children, and I'm not for that.
What scared you away was him lying about it, not him telling the truth. And there you go. The lie scared you. You know what I'm saying?
I think being able to tell someone on the first day how many kids you have is not being invasive. It's just like, I don't want to surprise. Like, I've seen David's question, but I think that is definitely a first date type of thing. Like, hey, so I do have kids. I have 6. You know, okay. Now I'm not surprised when I come to your house and be like, who is this little league team?
Right.
And it's all the same.
But here's the thing for me. Just don't run down your baby moms to me. Like, that's the problem, because eventually I'm going to be added to that list of the baby moms you're going to run down. So I don't want to hear I got 6 kids, Taniqua, Kawisha, Nisha, and they all this and they all that. I'm not trying to hear that. I got 6 kids. There's 6 different women. They just didn't work out, you know, and that's why I'm here with you. I like that. That right there had me like, ooh, okay, that. But yeah, now if you want to sit there to myself, and Shaniqua, she keep taking all my money and taking, I don't even know the third one mine. Yeah, I'm check please. Like,
6 kids is a lot for even a rich person. So 6 kids and you tried to hide that from me. You don't have time for me, nor do you. Do you have enough? Not trying to downplay. You got funds to date me? Like, can we go out a little bit? Like, 6 kids.
Not auditioning the nanny. I'm sorry. This is not a nanny situation. I'm not your babysitter. I'm trying to be your girl. Like, what's good?
Okay, you know? And then that lets me know you fertile. So, sir,
yeah, like I need to double wrap you. Trust me, because you're fertile. Especially if the last one is 3 months old. Like, yeah, you was just with the last baby mom.
Right.
3 months.
Oh, that's what be killing me. Well, how's you may have 4. How's the youngest? 6 months. Oh no, y'all still together.
Yeah.
No, we're not. Okay, well, y'all, let me ask her. I bet she think y'all still together.
Exactly. Even though you don't think so, she thinks so.
I think the new guy I'm dating, I'm okay with him, like his 4-year-old daughter, because his baby mama and his child does not live in the state. So it's like, cool. And now I don't have her all in our business, and I can respect those boundaries you have, you know, with them. But in state, so young, that's always a question.
I would kind of worry about
like
out
they
of
still have a
state,
connection.
Yeah, I would worry about him being
out of state,
not being close to his children.
Yeah, and then him traveling to see his kid. Where you staying at? You staying at her house? Are you at a hotel? Like, that stuff runs through my mind.
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That runs through my mind. So I would rather you be in state and I could watch y'all both. Like,
I will say I think he does have a place out there, but I'm gonna clarify and come back with y'all.
Girl, yeah, we flying together. Is that my vacation day? You could be over there. I'm be on vacation. Like, hey, you know, it's gonna be 2 tickets for it, not just one.
Just one. So Trey Mack just said he had it on the other hand. I met a woman back in 2017 that told me she had 1 daughter. Come to find out, she had 2 grown twins that she had when she was 16. I never understood why she didn't tell you from the jump. I agree with that.
She didn't raise them.
Yeah, that's probably a really good point. Yeah.
Or she considers the little girl, the youngest, as somebody she starts to take care of. Those are grown children.
But she didn't raise some kids. And then that's on unearth, like, that kind of will say something about her.
They were raised by, I think that says something about her. Do you think so? The grandparents raised her.
Right.
Or they're grown. Like, some people feel like they're grown, so they're not gonna be in my business that much. You know what I mean? So I don't have to tell the man about them. It's just the one that's gonna be constantly cock blocking. Coming in, I had a bad dream. That one's gonna be the one you want to tell about.
Hang it up.
So do we ask the right questions? Because you know what, Miss Creative just said something. You got to ask. Do you have any babies on the way? Are there women? Are there any women pregnant? But we shouldn't have to ask those. That's very specific.
I feel like
I would.
if you ask, even if you ask these questions, there's still a possibility that he's lying.
He's lying.
Or doesn't know.
Or don't know. A lot of times, I find out with guys, like if you say certain things, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. Not all men, but sometimes early in the stage, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. So now I have to figure out and look and make my own discernment and figure out if you're telling me the truth. And not snooping, but like paying closely attention to what you say and making sure you don't switch it up and this and that. Because a lot of times you can say all these things, but a man will lie to you and tell us exactly what we want to hear.
But I like to say I gave you the opportunity to be clean with me. So by me asking you that's the floor for you to say, because I will go back. Remember February 14th at 2:36 in the morning, I asked you, did you have any kids? And your response at 2:33 was, I didn't have none. See what I'm saying? Like that rings in my head. I gave you the floor to be honest, and you're breaking that. So for me, I give you a chance. You have an A with me. You'll lose that A if you continue with these lying. So that's why I feel like ask that question. So you can't, and they will kick that on you. Well, you never asked. You never asked how many. Well, no, I did. You know what I mean? You take that away from them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would ask the question. Definitely. It's a way of asking though. You can be cute with it. You got any baby mamas out there? How many baby mamas you got? Try to be cute with it. But yeah, definitely ask.
I always ask guys when okay, are you married? Because you have to inquire. You have to explicitly ask that. And then they be like, no. And I'd be like, all right, follow-up question. Is anybody married to you? Well, what does that mean?
Right. Do you live
You know
with
exactly
anybody?
what I mean.
Right.
Is it anybody out here who thinks y'all are together? Because I can say in the past, I've been a person let's say me and my boyfriend broke up. It's been 3 weeks. If I see him out with somebody else, I'm still going to pull up. I don't care. It's only been 3 weeks.
Right.
So you still may be in that space. Now I'm not in that space anymore. I'm just a person now. If we're not together, I more than likely won't even speak to you in public. I'll be like, oh, hey, it's no bad blood, but it's I don't want to talk to you. Just get over it. But you have to ask those questions. You have to be very particular. And, then, because to me, my mom always says, if you tell the truth, you never have to remember anything.
There you go.
Because if you lie, a lie begets a lie, begets a lie, begets a lie.
So I'm going to move on to the hygiene question, but you know what? David just asked a question. If they meet you first time and don't even know you yet, why tell you all of those details?
I never said first time. We said second, third date. Once you meet somebody, that's the interest date. That's to see if I even want to go further with you. You know what I mean? Right. Then the second date is when you let up a little bit. Each date, you let out a little bit more about yourself. You never give nobody fully the first time you meet somebody. That's just a fool. You let out a little bit more. The bigger details that you feel this person needs to know. Just like you want a girl to tell you if she got any crazy baby daddies out there that's stalking y'all, you would want to know that at least by the third date. So when you see Tyrone coming in all angry, telling where my kids at, you at least know who Tyrone is and why he here. You just don't want to be blindsided. So you let out little bits of information the more you date. But by the third date, at least I should know you got kids, a whole team of them, at least by the third.
Should we be asking, is there someone who believes they're in a relationship with you?
It's always yes. I would say just know that it's always yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I would be a fool to think if I'm just not meeting a guy that there aren't other people in your phone. Because there's other people in my phone before I met you. So it's just about getting comfortable and deciding, are we exclusive? What are we doing? So you're right, first time too, bro. Always yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So what are your pet peeves about men and hygiene? What is that? Okay, Philly, Tika, and then Ida, we're going to go in order. And then first home and then China. What is your pet peeve? Yes, go ahead, Philly.
China, your man with the salty nuts. That's a pet peeve. Okay. I just feel like it's too much soap and water out there. You want my face to go down there. It should be clean. I should not come up with high blood pressure or feeling like I just opened up a can of Planters nuts because it smells like that. I'm sorry. Hygiene is a turn off. It's a bad turn off because it's something basic. I'm not trying to hear you wasn't taught how to wash your balls. Everybody is taught at some time, at some point. I don't get what your people use that. I feel like that's a big excuse that everybody uses. Well, I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't brought up that way. But if you felt like it was a negative thing because you wasn't raised that way, why, when you get of age, of knowledge, that you don't seek out the right way to do things? So, for instance, let's say I was never raised to go to a GYN. But then I know as of 12, 13, 14, I should be going to the GYN. Don't you think you should start looking up the appointments and making them yourself and start handling that? So I'm not trying to hear you wasn't taught how to wash properly. It ain't double pisted chesty. You cannot put on cologne to cover that up. I'm sick of smelling that. Them oils, the Muslim oils over top of funk. It's funk begets funk. Like you can't cover it. You just can't. So my pet peeve is not washing. It takes a second. Soap, water, zest it up, scrub it up. There you go.
So, okay. Yeah, I agree with you. You know what? And let the lady speak. Hey, I'm gonna get you on the show. Dirty nails. She said dirty nails and bad feet. But what if they're construction workers? What if they just that's their job? How long? And I'd have touched on the dirty nails too. Like he needs to wash 3 times before when you come in the house. Like what's the
dirty nails? It's a thing. Like if I'm noticing you playing your Xbox all day and your nails is dirty, then yeah. Then what was you scratching for your nails to be like that? But if it's your job, then honey, wash that off before you touch me. That's not a problem. But if you got bad feet, bad breath, you don't work in construction, your nails is dirty, you know what I mean? That's a thing. That's a problem. I just feel like it takes 2 seconds. You go into the bathroom to use it. Why not wash your hands? Well, not most, good Lord, please let you wash your hands. But if you go in there, you see the sink, you see the tub, it's a reminder. You stink, wash.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Ida, besides the dirty nails, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Hygiene wise,
Mm-hmm.
I dated a guy who was a personal trainer, and he would come home from the gym and get right in the bed. Like, like, okay, so let's be clear. Personal trainers don't really do shit, right? But so he wasn't like musty smelling, but he smelled like you know how like a gym mat. You know how gym mats smell? Right. He smelled like sweaty rubber. And he would just be like, whoo, long day today. Good night. No, not good night. Not good night. Not good night. So like, but to me, if you live by yourself and that's what you do, you like, I take showers in the morning, live your life, whatever. I just really don't, I really can't do I'm a person that takes showers in the morning. I mean, you can do both, but like just to come home from work, I don't care if you work in the office all day. Like, I just like to wash the day off of me. I don't care if I just went to Target and Marshalls today. I just like to come home and wash the day off of me. But that's one of my pet peeves, is being like, I shower in the morning and then getting straight into bed. No, absolutely not. I don't like it. So that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Another one would be like, this is very small, but like not like messy, like a messy bathroom, not like messy, like just a countertop. Like, I just feel like I gotta do clean stuff here. So like if a guy cuts his hair, like he shaves or do whatever grooming that has to do with hair, and then like they like, oh, I hate it. So they'll wash out the sink, but if you have like a countertop that's not just white, then like they don't wipe the countertop. So like I'll just be like, I know he cut his hair or he trimmed up his beard. So I'll just take a white paper towel and wipe the counter off, and it's like all this hair that I would not have seen because the countertop is like that. My countertop in my restroom is like a marble type situation. And it's just those little bitty hairs everywhere. I hate that. Like, just take a napkin, number one. Number two, I'm not gonna make you put down something on the floor when you cut your hair, but that'd be nice. But like, I just don't like errant hairs. Like even your like hairs and the towel hair, just hairs. Just if they're not attached to your body, that's the only place they need to be. So that's not a deal breaker though, because like we can talk about that. But like this just annoys me. The going to bed without taking a shower, that is a deal breaker. Thanks.
I like that one. That is a thing. Wash your life off before you get in the bed.
Yes. Just yes. Just wash your life off.
Wash off the day. Get in, new and fresh. For me, I don't know if these are hygiene things, they're more like grooming things, but I don't like when a gentleman allows his nails to grow out really long. Even if they're clean, I just don't like the look of that when they're really long. And then also nose hair that kind of grows beyond the nose outside of it. So those would be the two grooming / hygiene pet peeves for me. What about you, China?
Mine would definitely be bad breath. I just feel like there's no way to get around it sometimes. When we just have access to a mint, gum, a little travel Listerine, mouthwash. I just think for me to smell your breath and you knew you were coming over me, I despise of that. The dirty nails and their shorts, and they don't. That's a pet peeve of mine. And I think when men have those deodorant balls in the pit hair, I've seen that so many times in the gym. I'm like, you could just, just trim like something. That drives me crazy because they have be the main ones on the dunk, and you'd be like, put your arm down, put your arm down. So I think that the excess of that is a pet peeve of mine. And I'm also gonna say, like, there's something that gets on my nerves when I see the inside of dirty ears. Like, I know the earwax is supposed to protect us and stuff, but to see to look and I see a whole bunch of, I don't want to. That mainly the bad breath, just
you don't like nobody talking shit to you, because that's what it seemed like to me. When they breath smell like poop, it's like you're talking shit. Like,
oh god,
it's more aggressive.
When they all grungy, I can't stand to see a man looking all grungy.
Yeah, no, it comes off aggressive.
A non-hair, like, please, like, I put it together when I come see you. Even when it's not together, like, they don't know it's not together. So I can't stand to see a man without a haircut and without that beard and stuff being lined up. That is if this ain't together and funky and hair everywhere, automatically I'm just like, I'm not gonna want to get intimate with you at all. At all. Because if this is like that, that is like that.
Period.
And hair always fun.
And don't be pushing my head down there if it smells like the subway station. No, thank you.
Oh God.
And I also it's not hygiene related, but I can't stand for somebody to come in to my house and have on outside clothes on and first take your shoes off at my door. Secondly, I can't stand for you to try to sit on my bed in your outside clothes.
So would you let a man use your deodorants or your powder, or would you talk to him about, okay, so maybe let's do it this way? Is there something you don't like, and how would you approach him about that then?
I would actually look and see if he's running out. If we got that comfortable and he's still not getting the memo, I would go ahead and buy. Like, I was at Target today and I wanted to pick this up for you. I thought you were out of it. Do you like this kind? The extreme. This one, it smells pretty good. Try to make it seem like, what? I'm trying this new fluoride-free mouthwash. I want you try it too. Like, just a subtle way without having to tell you, I think your hygiene is not up to par. Because I know there's men that work in construction, that build houses, whatever. Your nails, your hands ain't gonna always be the best. But like, to just not give a damn, and you want to come rub on me?
I love that as an approach, though, because even if there are things that we don't like, I think it is important how you communicate with your partner about it.
That's it. You got to know.
That's actually where I was going to. We talked about what we don't like, but I really want to talk about what we do like in our men. I'm not going to end it, because as our Black men, they get broken down a lot. So, I'm going to turn it around. So what do we do like? We talked about this a little bit on my first episode about just like, and when Yeah, when one of the guests who was talking about she liked that just that what one part of a man's arm, the way he
Mm.
grabbed her and everything like that. So what do we like? How a man smells? What do we like about him? Do we like his lips? Like I really want to get into that. So actually, I'm gonna start with Ida first. Like, what do we do like in our men?
Well, I like a man who smells good, but not really, like doesn't have to be overpowering. It could just be like I used my Dove and got out and put on some shea butter, just like a fresh smell. It doesn't have to be like a designer fragrance, but something fresh. I like soft hands, but not clammy. I mean, if they're clammy, listen, that's genetic. I'm not gonna trip, but like I like soft hands, like nice. It doesn't have to be like professional manicure, but like nice trim nails. Just attention to detail is important for me, and that doesn't really cost anything to pay attention to detail. Like a guy was dating, because well, obviously I wear my hair short. He was like, "Do you ever use like the little eyebrow razors that you get the beauty supply?" He's like, "Do you ever use this to like edge yourself up?" I was like, "No," and he showed me like how to edge myself up in the back with the little eyebrow razor. I said, "Yes," like in between hair appointments. So like. He was like, "Yeah, that's what I do. Like, when I'm in between haircuts, I just edge it up a little bit. Like, just those small attention to detail things, just to keep yourself looking like presentable. I like that kind of stuff, that attention to detail. And I also like somebody who is, like the personality is really important because the physical, I mean, you could be like, all right, we're gonna get a gym membership and now we both fine, but you still got these other things. But the physical is like, that's a given. I want to be attracted to the person, but what I really like is like the attention to detail and like the just the care that you take with yourself when you're going to be around me. So like you knew we were meeting up to do X, Y, Z, but you still showed up in them gym shorts that you had on when I left your house this morning. That's an issue.
So you knew we were meeting up to go out to a nice restaurant, not just dinner, but a nice restaurant, and you in gym shorts. So,
or you in the same outfit I saw you in this morning. Like you didn't want to put different for me? No? Okay. So just that attention to detail, because I'm going to, if we're dating, I'm going to have attention to detail. It's something you told me you liked, or, oh, I really like those shoes. I really like that lipstick. I'm going to pay attention to that. And I'm going to, you really like this fragrance. Oh, okay. Well, I'll wear that when I see him again. Just that attention to detail is sexy to me.
Okay. And China, and I'm actually going to end with Philly Chica, and then my last question, because I know Philly Chica got to go, and we all, we're rounding up. I'm trying to keep it. So what is it that you do like on a man? What does that turn on that you can't resist?
I really love when a man smells good. Like, and I mean not like smell good, like, oh, he smells like soap, but oh, your body chemistry, and that you wearing this cologne. I love.
See, that's how you be ended up in trouble.
I love when I see a man who like cares about how he looks. Like you put together even when you're not at work. Like it's nice, fitted. They not hanging off your butt. The shirt
like you be going to the gym.
Not too tight. I love when I see a man like he, your skin is clear, fitted, but the hairline is nice. So I like when I see a man put together, like all of the things of the opposite of what I dislike of a man. When a man has it together, check. At the introduction to speak to me, you smell good, and your energy is welcoming and engaging. I love a man who knows, like, outside of just this, like if I've come to his house, it smells good. They love that little famous mahogany teak wood candle. Yes. Love the Chantal and sandalwood.
So wait a minute. That's let me find out all the male thighs got that candle. That's a male thigh candle. That's a male thigh candle. You
that's the only one they know because their mama or their girlfriend bought it. They got like if I see that they really know like those things, like if I see you with a Byredo or a diptyque candle, excuse me.
Who bought this for you?
Where?
Right.
You are aware. So I like a man who knows, like, I got that, but I'm aware of this, distinctive stuff too. I love when I can see that they know about some of the things that I'm interested in as far as like beauty, male cosmetics. I just love that.
That's a good one, girl.
First home.
I actually prefer the smell of soap on a man better than any cologne I've ever experienced. And I've smelled colognes that are nice. So to me, the natural scent of a man plus the fresh kind of soap smell is like my favorite.
Mhm.
So what's your favorite? So you know what, China? What's your favorite cologne? Because that's a good point.
I love there's a few. I love Savage on a man, and I also love Creed. But then there's this one called Charlie something that I saw this one guy, and I was like, that smells. So the three of those, so like the musky, Santal, sandalwoods, with a little bit of like clean as always. I'm good with that. So if you wearing Savage, Bond, Creed, Charlie, how you
Sliding her
doing?
deal.
Somebody just added it to their cart. They're like,
Right,
yup.
replica.
What you see?
Sometimes them replicas, you be like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
you got
see,
on
y'all,
Margiela. Oh, you spent a little coin. Okay. You can. You ain't got on this polo. That's fine too. But you know, when they get a little luxury, you be like, oh, you care.
See, but you see how her whole face changed. Y'all still do it to
Yeah.
us.
I just love that. I'm just like, ooh, you sound like you got a good job. You sound like you care.
See, and that's why you be out here. The cook, I bet that cook smell good.
You gonna take my car to get an oil change so I don't get scammed. Thank you.
See, now, see, he done took it to get an oil change. Next thing you know, you're getting dropped off at work, girl.
Exactly.
It always starts with a let me go wash your car. The next thing you know, you're getting dropped off somewhere, child.
Oh no.
You letting them borrow your car? No way. So Philly Chica, what's your favorite thing about a man? Like we've
Ooh,
already
I
got
love
you already
it.
called them ugly. Let's turn
Okay.
it
Okay, I'm gonna stop saying ugly. I'm gonna say facially challenged. How about that one? That's better. You're special. But I love men with strong arms. You know, I love that the smell, Adidas Sport. I love that smell. I love scents like good soap. You don't have to have anything overpowering because then it just becomes too much as the day goes. But like you said, if you know your chemistry, you know what works for you. And aside from you having a clean, put together outfit on, your confidence, like your confidence walking up and you look good, that's a thing. That's like, okay, you know what I mean? We will overlook some things. If your lips is crusty, you're like, he got crusty lips, but that confidence is winning. So I love being like Princess K. She just did my whole outline, you know, being
Yeah, I'm about to
strong.
read hers.
Yeah, she did my whole outline. But to wrap this up, how I would tell the man that he smells, I will be playing Teddy Pendergrass on repeat. Turn off the lights, light a candle. Let's take a shower together. And I'm gonna stop it there and then keep playing it. Here, let's take a shower together. I'm gonna keep playing that loop over and over again until he asking me is something wrong with the song. I'm like, no, he trying to tell you, you need a shower, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? So that it's just like that. But Princess K, you did my outline for me, girl. Thank you. That's exactly what I love in a man.
You know what's so funny? I was about to ask Ida, that guy that just would jump in bed after work, after the gym. Did you ever say, "Hey, let's take a shower together"? That was actually. I'm so glad you reminded me about my question.
No, we had been together for like 3 years at that point. Like, no, first of all, it was a lot of other mitigating factors. Like, we both had just got out of college, but you chose to go work at the gym, so you ain't really putting in on these bills. So like, then you coming home, jumping in the bed without taking a shower. So my attitude was already on 11. So no, like I felt like, you know what? I feel like it got to a point where like he was the person that would do stuff just to bother me because like he knew that would annoy me.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna be
And men
funky.
do that. They don't break it off. They try to create a circumstance where we want to leave.
Right. So their story can be, I mean, you stop talking to me.
More validated. Yep.
But that's
there
okay.
you
He
go.
asked for it and he got it.
Yo, that
I was
actually.
okay. Bye.
I'm putting your boxes
Yeah,
up
well, I
there.
love this. So those things actually happened to me, but we'll tell that on the next episode. Okay, so Princess K had 2 messages, and then I have my last question. Okay, my man, he remembers the little detail. He remembers little details, even I forgot. Takes the time to get to know me. Takes the time to observe my body and how it reacts. Dressing accordingly to the places we go. Can hold a good conversation.
Go ahead, Princess K. Are you my husband? Wait, let me find out he got a dummy account.
Something for us tonight.
Did you get him off of Amazon, girl?
Damn, what's going on?
Y'all must have got them off Amazon.
The biggest thing the biggest thing about my fiance that I love in total is that he takes care of me and even looks after my mom. Like she'd tell me he came over to mow her lawn or fixed something in the house. Like that's thank you.
As he
Girl,
should.
keep that man, girl. Long as he got the other stuff on check, girl, that's a good man right there.
Right. So, you know what? You just mentioned confidence, and I always say that confidence is one of the sexiest thing on men. But last question, y'all, and I'm gonna start with China, and I'm gonna go back. So, is there a such thing as big dick energy, and what or BDE, and what does that look like to you? What in your observation? Because I think
Yes,
all of us are
definitely.
gonna have a different answer. So go ahead.
I think the term big dick energy really exists. I think it's just like a confidence. Like I'm very like, and the men that show it to me the most is always like New Yorkers and like for some reason Detroit men. Not saying all men. I met some men, but they specifically like they just got a confidence. Like yo, shorty, let me change you. Like yo, shorty, let me change your life. Like how you gonna come to me automatically saying you can change my life? I just feel like it's that overconfidence that they just have, and it makes you think like, oh, well, okay, you confident that way for a reason in certain areas. So I think just big dick energy means like this confidence in like who they are, what they're bringing to you. You know, they always want to change your life. So I just feel like that. I always see that with New York men, specific Detroit men, but New York men for sure.
That's
like
a lie,
change your
girl.
life. Like,
That's a lie.
You never had a man from Detroit, from the D, from where you're from, want to change your life or want to just like.
You know, they be coming with the minks and the buffs, like, shorty, what up, done my baby? You be like, excuse me, the audacity to come in this line right now. You are overly confident. That's giving me big dick energy. So I just really think like those northern men should have it more than men in the South that I've met, for sure. I like, you know, transplants, but I've never like had a southern man approach me like, yo, what's up, baby? You looking good. Like, you want some lunch? Like, it's just that overconfidence. Like, who sent you? That's big dick energy to me. And then when they're able to prove it, you're like, well, that's why you are over here.
Yeah, that's
okay. I see you.
Yeah. So first home, what does that look like to you? That BDE, or is it a such thing?
It's a thing. I think it's a confidence. I think it could be I think it could be louder and cocky like China explained. It could also be more quiet confidence as well. Just, you know, being self-assured. I think that is BDE. Shout out to Detroit.
Ida?
Period.
So I think it does go back to the confidence. I don't think it really has nothing to do with the D at all, because people who like the BDE has like it's encompassing a lot of things. There's like that level, and then like BDE just like, okay, this nigga think he all that. Like that's different. Like ain't nobody got time for that. But the BDE is like the confidence, the like, I'm just gonna come up to you and I'm not gonna say something like, well, if I give you my number, will you call me? No, I won't actually. Cause no. But like you know what? When you see and feel that BDE, you just know when you know. You be like, oh, excuse me? Like, is that your car out there and you about to get service? You like, it might be. What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you change your whole tone. You bring it down. You just all of a sudden you just a lady for no reason. But yeah, that's when you know. When you know. But it's really about confidence and like presentation and not arrogance. It has nothing to do with arrogance at all.
And go ahead, Philly Chica.
That's what I agree. I totally agree. It's not an arrogant thing because, you know, for me, BDE is a very big thing, but I also have it. So if you can out BDE me, then that's a turn on for me. You know, I'm very quick with it. I'm very smart. You know, like you're not going to pull one over me fast, quick. So those quick lines ain't going to work with me. But if you can have me thinking and I'm like, oh, okay, I like that because I have to be in the profession I am. I have to be very boisterous. I have to be so strong all day, you know, things like that I want a man that can outmatch my strength and can say, I got this, don't worry. And I know he actually got it. That's BDE for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look at my man over there handling the mechanic. Like, yeah, my wife said this supposed to cost this, and you trying to charge her that. Man handling business and not putting on a show for me, it's a natural thing. You giving me big D energy, Bill. We go ahead that later on. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like that they're doing what's adulting, what's normal. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for show. It's just them doing it. You know, vacuuming to me gives me big D energy. You vacuum and I ain't have to say nothing. Oh, baby, yes. Turn off the lights.
Right.
You know, that right there. So anything could be BDE for me.
Yeah, this is great. And you're right. I actually, and High Vibes touched on it a little bit. It's also, I listen, and when your confidence walks in the room before you, that's huge to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that quiet and smooth type where I don't have to say nothing. You're just carrying yourself with this quiet confidence. And sometimes we don't recognize it. We as women, I'll admit, sometimes we don't see it. And but sometimes when we do, then like Philly said, like turn off the lights. We got you. We got you. Yeah, exactly. So y'all, thank you so much. There's gonna be more to come. Thank you, ladies, for hanging out with me tonight. And there's gonna be just more shows to come. Philly, sign off. Tell them about yourself. Where you gonna be? She's a whole comedian out here. I'm sure y'all figured that out already.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me again. This has been such a pleasure. I'm Philly Chica. I'm a local hairstylist, also an aspiring comedian. If I get my words out right, an aspiring comedian. You can find me on Instagram, Philly Chica 2016. I'm also on the G Panel Reloaded with King Payne that comes on Sundays at 3:00. I'm also have our own segment called Ratchet News. You can tell by the name. Yeah, and that's Tuesdays at 9:00. Thank you for having me, everybody. Much love to everybody.
What's the other one in that you're on?
G Panel.
Can you put
Ratchet
that in the
News.
chat?
Oh yeah, I'll put it in the chat and find a link for Ratchet News. That's Tuesday.
Yeah.
That'll be tomorrow night. Where we just pick up all the topics and give our ratchet opinion on it. So yes, you guys are gonna enjoy that as well. But thank you for having me and thank you for the chat. Your chat is amazing. Your mods are amazing. I just
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much to the mods because sometimes I'll be seeing stuff and sometimes I'll just pass it right by. And the High Vibes and the creative be catching stuff. I'm like, oh Lord. So Ida, go ahead, give us your sign off.
I am Ida. IMC713 on all the things. I always like to say don't play on my Twitter because that's for work. I don't have anything coming up, besides going to work. I'm adulting this week. But follow me. Sometimes I have funny stuff. Sometimes, you just never know what you might get. But you can, as long as Crystal will have me, I'll be here cursing and saying everything that nobody should be saying on the internet. So thank y'all for hanging out. And also, I want to add that them guys from New York, listen, Beyonce said it best. We like them boys up top from that BK. When I tell you, okay, so it is a vibe. I've been needing them to stay away from me though, because it always starts off like you be like, well, why you be in Houston so much? Because you said like, what do you have a job? Because you always in Houston. So yeah, but they do be a whole vibe. Now I ain't never met no guy. No, I did meet a guy from Detroit. Okay, never mind. Thanks for having me. Never
Go
mind.
ahead, first home and
Ida, don't do it.
Baby, I didn't. I had to block him.
I'm from Detroit. I don't even date Detroit men no more. That's a different type of breed.
Baby, I don't know date nobody. No, one weekend was enough in Houston. That's it.
Wow.
Go ahead, first home and then China.
Yes, scene. First home tuber on all social media. Purchasing your first ever property is not hard. You can do it. And my YouTube channel is there to help. Today, I actually posted more down payment hacks for people who are bad at saving money. And I look forward to connecting with you guys on all IG and all social media.
Yeah, First Home has the front two really good videos today, but the first half of the one video where she kept laughing at this pillow bag contest was just so funny. I was like, where is this? Now I gotta find it. Y'all gotta go to First Home Tuber on YouTube. It is so funny. So, and she does look like Janet Jackson today. She does like
Yeah, she do.
And that is a compliment. And we talking about young Janet Jackson.
yes, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Not Janet Jackson that was on the special last week, baby, because she's stressed out, but the young Janet Jackson.
I feel like Janet did not tell us something we didn't already know.
Right. But
Right, but she just
I was
looked
waiting
so.
for the juice, like she did have a baby and gave him away. No.
She done been through some things.
She doesn't know. She made that coin. Them executive producers like everybody love Janet. We just gonna put out what they already know.
But you can see where Janet sacrificed. She had her first boyfriend was Fawn. He was a debauch. Second dude was Renee. He was foreign. Then she just fell off the mat and fell off with Jermaine Dupri. Gave that little scrawny squirrel a chance, and he cheated on her. So it's like
he had her laughing. That's why you can't be laughing.
He was laughing and joking. He was talking about JD.
I want that.
Trying to get us your sign off.
Ice cream. JD. I'm sorry. I really want you to send me the vegan ice cream, so I'm not calling you a squirrel. I'm just saying you was a squirrel for doing Miss Jackson if you're nasty how you did her. But
try to give us your sign off.
Sorry, y'all. On IG, it is Hello C Diddy. Hello C Diddy. Like Diddy, that's my favorite baller. And then on Twitter, it is at Chai Simmons. I'm not on Twitter as much. I'm doing better, but IG, I'm there. So thank y'all for so much. And Crystal, thanks for having me, ladies. I'm so happy I got to see y'all this week.
Don't go nowhere, y'all.